Welcome back, readers. We're going to continue reading a couple chapters in The Alien Next Door Baseball Blues. But before we do, I want to add another skill to our chart about becoming experts on characters. So the new skill we're going to add is this. Use what they know, that means use what you know, to guess what the character will do next. And when you say this skill, it's really using all of these things that you know about the characters, all the information you're collecting, what they say and do. Use all that knowledge to predict what this character or what your characters would do next. So we left off at the end of chapter 5, where it seemed as though Zeke was using his powers when he was pitching, because he was pitching these amazing pitches. And at the end, Harris goes, could you please try to hit without using your powers? And then Zeke said nothing and strode quietly to the plate. So Zeke's about to be the batter now, and he's going to hit. And Harris is like, please don't use your powers. So right now, let's do this. Let's predict something. This is what I'm predicting. Let me think about what I know about Zeke. Okay, so I know that he really values his friendships with Harris and Roxy. I know he's a really kind character, but I also know that he doesn't understand some human things. He might not be understanding why this is cheating, I guess. But I'm going to make this prediction based off of this information I know. I know that he really values Harris as a friend. So my prediction is that he is going to not cheat. He's going to not use his powers. So let's see about that. Chapter 6 is called Superstar. Superstar. Zeke stepped into the batter's box. He glanced over at Harris and nodded, tight-lipped. Oh, I bet it was like this, tight-lipped. He turned and stared at the pitcher. Harris took this as a sign that Zeke had decided not to use his powers. He watched anxiously as the pitcher threw her first pitch. Zeke swung wildly. He didn't even come close to hitting the ball. The same thing happened on the next pitch and the one afterward. Three swings, 3 strikes. Zeke was out. So he did a bad job when he was up to bat. He swung and he couldn't hit the ball 3 times. And 3 times, you're out. Harris was up next. As he walked to the plate, he passed Zeke, heading back to the bench with his head down. Good try, Zeke, Harris said. Don't worry, you'll get a hit next time. Zeke said nothing and sat down. Harris lined the first pitch he saw into left field. After him, the Chargers got a bunch of hits. By the time the inning ended, they had scored 3 runs. Back out on the mound, Zeke continued to play without using his powers. His pitching was slowly getting better, but the Scrappers still managed to score 3 runs to tie up the game. You're doing good out there, Zeke, Harris said as the 2 friends sat on the bench. But they tied the game, Zeke pointed out. It doesn't matter, said Harris. Your pitching is getting better each inning. And then, lowering his voice, he added, without any extra help. It was Zeke's turn to bat again, and again he swung and missed at 3 pitches in a row. It seems like he's not using his powers, but it also seems like Zeke is getting frustrated. Zeke headed back out to the mound. Harris could see the frustration mounting in his face. See? Forget about striking out, Zeke, Harris shouted as he took his position behind the plate. Let's just get these next 3 guys out. Zeke pitched well, but keep calling them scrapers or scrappers. The Scrappers scored a run to take a 4-3 lead heading into the bottom of the final inning. The first 2 batters for the Chargers made 2 quick outs. With nobody else on base, Roxy came up to bat. Come on now, keep it alive, Roxy, Harris shouted. Roxy hit the first pitch to right field for a single. Yeah, cried Harris. Zeke was up next. The game was on the line. Okay, stop here and make a prediction using some information we know. Um, the game right now depends on Zeke. You know how well he's going to be at that. So make a prediction about what you think Zeke is going to do. Is he going to use his powers, or is he going to not use his powers? Just focus, Zeke, Harris said. You can do it. Harris was worried that Zeke might use his powers again. Zeke stepped into the batter's box. Do your best, Zeke, Roxy shouted as she took her lead off first base. My best, Zeke thought. Yes, I will do my best. Oh, is he going to use his powers? Okay. The pitcher threw a pitch. Using his powers, Zeke directed the ball right toward his bat. He swung and smacked the ball deep to left field. The ball sailed over the fence for a 2-run home run. Zeke had won the game for his team. All the Chargers rushed onto the field as they waited as Zeke rounded the bases. Then the whole team jumped up and down in a big pile at home plate with Zeke in the middle. Everyone except Harris. I knew you could do it, Zeke, Roxy shouted. You're a superstar. I can't join the celebration, Harris thought. Not when Zeke's a cheater. Next chapter is called Time to Talk. The crowd of happy players headed off the field. That's when Roxy noticed that Harris wasn't celebrating with the rest of them. Are you really so jealous of Zeke that you can't even be happy for him? She asked, walking over to Harris. I'm surprised at you, Harris. I really am. Harris looked away. He didn't know what to say. Obviously, I can't tell Roxy the truth, he thought. I promised to keep Zeke's secret, even if it cost me his friendship. And I can't celebrate Zeke's cheating and make it seem like I think it's okay for him to use his powers. He remained silent. Roxy rolled her eyes and stormed off without saying anything. Oh, you can even see her roll her eyes. When rolling your eyes is when somebody goes like this, like. Harris met up with his parents in the bleachers. What a great win for the Chargers, his mom said excitedly. You played so well, and we're so happy for Zeke. He's fitting in, and everyone on the team seems to really like him. He did good, yeah, Harris said, as they all walked to his parents' car. You don't seem all that happy about the game, his dad said. No, I'm happy, Harris said. I'm glad our team won the game, and I'm glad Zeke did okay. Honey, are you sure you're okay? His mom asked. I'm fine, Mom, Harris said. He's hiding his feelings. I can't talk to anyone about what's really bothering me, he thought. Anyone, that is, except Zeke. After dinner that evening, Harris decided to try to talk to Zeke. He went next door to his house. Hello, Harris, said Zeke's father, Zad, answering the door. It's nice to see you, said Zeke's mother, Quar. We are very glad that you have taught Zeke all about bases and balls. He likes the game very much, added Zad. Harris smiled and nodded. Then he walked over to his friend. He found Zeke, fingertips on the side of his head, mind projecting his homework onto a big screen that hovered above the desk. Are you here to tell me to stop using my powers again? Zeke asked, turning away from the screen. I'm here because you're my friend, Harris replied, and I still think you're not playing fair. I'm confused, Zeke said. My understanding of cheating, as people on Earth use the term, is breaking the rules. I didn't break any rules. Well, you're not actually breaking a rule, but there is no rule about aliens using their powers. How could there be? Harris asked. You have never had a problem with me using my powers before when I was careful, like when I saved the camper who fell out of a tree at Beaver Scouts camp. That must be from a different Alien Next Door book. Or when I use my powers to avoid getting hit by a sack of flour at the costume contest. Why is this any different? Zeke asked. Here's some pictures. I'm not sure, Harris said. I just know that it is. I'll be very careful, Harris. No one will find out, Zeke said. Harris headed home, frustrated and worried more about his friendship with Zeke than about Zeke using his powers. Over the next few games, Zeke continued to use his powers. He pitched great and he got hit after hit. The Chargers kept winning. He quickly became the most popular player on the team. His teammates even nicknamed him Superstar. Everyone was thrilled. Everyone except Harris. I've never been so miserable about my team winning games, Harris thought, and I don't know what to do about it. Oh no, that's the end of our chapter 7. At the end of this chapter, you can start to think about the skill we've been working on too, like knowing what you know about Harris. What do you think he's going to do? He's still feeling upset that Zeke is still using his power, so he can't be happy. And now he says he's even more upset because his friendship with Zeke is strained and he doesn't know what to do about that either. So just take a moment and think, like knowing Harris, how we do his character. He follows the rules. He thinks it's cool that he's an alien. He really values his friendship with Zeke and Roxy. And he has to keep this secret no matter what, or believes that he should. So what do you think he's going to do? Right now, I'm trying to figure out what is Harris really going to do, because he's really in this like predicament. But we'll read some more tomorrow and find out.